So it looked like the Sooners are shopping in the competition's backyard as four-star defensive end prospect Colton Vasek has chosen the Oklahoma Sooners over the competitions of Clemson, Oregon, and Texas. Let's talk about that here coming up in about 20 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, talking to OU football, college football, and sports in general. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Let's dive right into the news of four-star defensive end Colton Vasek choosing Oklahoma over Texas, Clemson, and Oregon. Now, this has been a big deal going around for the entire weekend because for twofold. Number one, Oklahoma has been trending well with a lot of players lately. This past weekend was the party at the Palace. There was a lot of players in attendance for this end of July extravaganza, and it led to a ton of new crystal ball predictions for the players. And I'll talk about those in another video. But this one with Colton Vasek kind of jumped out to me really because his announcement was made today. So at 3 p.m. Central Time, you should be seeing this not too long afterwards. He decided that Oklahoma is the home for him. And so let's go through some of his information. We'll talk about his ratings, his measurables, what I like about him, and all of that jazz. But first, while you're here, please hit the like button. Let us know that you like the video. Let YouTube know that I'm making some good content that you enjoy and it's relevant. And hit the subscribe button as well as share because, sharing is caring. So start off with some of the ratings with Colton. So he's a four-star prospect. Looking at his measurables, 6'5.5", 2.25 ish, probably more. Think he's closer to 6'6". When I saw him standing, whatevs. But went to Westlake High School down there in Austin, Texas. 4 stars on all across the board. The consensus, On3's consensus has him as 174th in the nation, 24th in his position at the edge, and 32nd overall in the state of Texas. He's up and down depending on who you're dealing with. Rivals has him top 100, and so does, and 24/7 Sports has him top 150-ish. And so overall consensus, we're looking at a top 175 player in this country, which is, of course, a big deal. And Oklahoma is beefing up that defensive line. He picked Oklahoma, which is kind of fascinating to me. His dad, Brian Vasek, played at Texas. So he's a Texas legacy, and he decided to pick Oklahoma over them. His dad played there from 91 to 95 and did pretty well when I went back and looked at him. Let's look at some of the things I like about him. First off, you can check in with this footage here. Size and speed. Dude's fast. He can get it. At 6'5", 6'6", has another wingspan, so size and length is something big we're noticing. I think all these kids are built like this now. I've seen this so much. But he can get around the edge, and he can really cause havoc. I love that about players his size. He's also a track guy, track and field guy. Now, he doesn't run track, but he does participate in all of the throwing events. So shot put, discus, and he set up a couple personal records recently. You can see it with the hands, the hand movement. He's tossing dudes around. He's getting his swim move in. He has good movement with his hands, so he's staying busy. So that means his motor is going. He's going to be one of those defenders that are always be pursuing. And so because he doesn't stop, running backs can't get past him. Just like we were talking about with Derek LeBlanc, I feel like these two combined can be something super special with the way that he does not stop pursuing. You don't see him taking those breaks very often, but I got to go watch a full game of him to make sure I see it from end to end, which is tough, especially when you start getting exhausted. But it looks like he does a lot of chasing whenever he even potentially over pursues. He follows up and runs through on the end, which I love. And it looks like he plays a lot bigger than that 6'6", 225. Seeing him push linemen out the way on the tackle side, and playing at Westlake. Down there in Austin, he's not playing against a bunch of little people. He's playing against some, potential NFL prospects, college prospects minimum, some even NFL potentially, especially in 6A Texas football. So I like seeing the competitiveness in him, the motor, the going. That right there tells me there's a chance that he could be something special. Now, one thing I did see, someone did give him a comparison to like a Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa type play. Could totally see it with the thin frame, but still strong and stocky. Man, 6'6", man, he's terrifying on the end. He can be something special. So I'm kind of curious to see how big his hands are and see what it looks like when he really starts snatching people up. So 4-star Colton Vasek picks Oklahoma over the competition. I know that Texas fans are in shambles. Kidding, they probably aren't. Some now say they don't care. Whoop-de-doo. The beauty of it is that Oklahoma is building a defensive power to go along with a high-octane offense. Got to have yourself a nice rotation alignment to where you can roll them in and out, because if the offense is on and off the field quickly, defense is going to play a lot. We want to see that. Run up those scores, shut down those other teams, make the magic happen. So shout out Todd Bates, shout out to Brent Venables, shout out to Miguel Chavis. Keep doing what you're doing, because you have got Oklahoma fans stoked. On top of that, Oklahoma has moved up to about 6th in the team rankings. Keep this in mind. Since August 1st. So things are going to change between now and January when everyone actually gets the final commitments in. But at the same time, being 6th when everyone wrote Oklahoma off after losing Lincoln Riley and most of his staff going to USC tells me that, you know, these kids know when they met Coach Venables and his whole regime that, yeah, this is the place to be. They're going to build something special. And as long as we keep this recruiting going, the coaching is going to be there. We've seen it. It's proven the pudding and what they've done in the past. All I got to do is keep it going. So with that, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for checking out this video. We'll talk about the party at the Palace a little bit later, because there's a lot of players there and a lot of crystal ball predictions that's come through with that. We'll talk about who those are, and hopefully we can win some of them. So with that, we'll chop it up with you in a few days. Peace.